Hello everyone, how are you? It's good to see you again. I have got some paper. I've got some red paper and I've got a little bit of green paper too. So I'm going to take my red paper and I'm going to fold it like this. So I've taken that corner down to there because I need a square, not a rectangle. So I'm going to cut this bit off along here to make it into a square. There, so I'm cutting along here. And now I've got a square of red paper with a line down the middle. Now I'm going to make another fold. So what I've done is I've folded that side into the middle. And now I'm going to fold the other side into the middle. So now it's a kite shape. Both are into the middle, but I'm going to open them up and fold it back in half. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to make some cuts. So I'm going to cut from this edge down into that fold line. So I'm going to cut like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. See, I'm only cutting as far as the fold. Okay, so I've done lots of cuts. So it's got cuts in like that, but nothing's fallen off. Then I'm going to take my pen and in this bit here, I'm going to do a big eye on each side. So there's my first eye on that side. And now I'm going to do an eye on the other side. So can you see it's getting a bit of a face? But I don't want it to have a pointy nose. So I'm just going to trim that off into a... so it's curved. Right. Do you know what I'm making? You might not. So now I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to put glue all the way along this bit. So I've got my glue stick. Okay, and I've glued that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that together like this. Can you see what I'm doing? So there's the glue and I'm putting this side together so that I've got a shape like this that moves. Do you know what I'm making? Now I'm going to take my other colour and I'm going to cut a circle bit like this. And I'm going to stick some glue. Can you see I've made a tongue shape? And I'm putting some glue along the edge. And then I'm going to stick it inside the bottom here. So we've got a mouth with a green tongue. Then I'm going to take this, I'm going to fold it in half this way, and I'm going to cut out a heart. So I'm going to cut out a heart like that. So I've got one heart. Then I'm going to cut out another heart like this. So I've got another heart, but this one I'm going to cut in half. Then I'm going to put a bit of glue on the tip under there, and I'm going to stick this one here. Then the other half that I've managed to drop. Oh no, where did my other half go? Here it is on the floor. So I'm going to stick some glue on the tip of this, and I'm going to stick that on the other side in the same place. There we are. Can you see that I'm starting to make a fish? It's got two fins and a big mouth, and now it needs a tail. So I'm going to put some glue in the middle of my other heart And I'm going to stick this under there. So now I've got a fish that swims through the water. Do you like fish? I'm making a fish today because in our story today, Jesus had fish with the disciples. It was after Jesus had died and risen from the dead, and two of his friends had been walking down the road, and somebody joined them and talked to them and went to their house for dinner. And it was only when he broke the bread for dinner they realised it was Jesus. And then he disappeared. And they ran back to Jerusalem as fast as possible, and they found the disciples upstairs, all ready to have a meal again. And suddenly, just like before, Jesus was with them. And he said, "I'm hungry. Have you got something to eat?" And do you know what they were eating? They were eating fish. They had cooked some fish because they were fishermen. They were used to catching fish and cooking it and eating it for food with their bread and with their wine. So they gave him a bit of cooked fish to eat. They shared dinner with him. And he said, "Peace be with you again." So we've made fish today to remember that Jesus came alive again and is still with us. And Jesus wants us to have his peace. Do you think you could make a fish? It could be one like this, or it could be another sort of fish, to remember that Jesus is alive and Jesus loves us. You could send me a picture of your fish if you wanted. So bye for now. You stay safe and keep well, and I'll see you soon. Bye. My fish swim away.